that's where I kind of am at.
Yeah, just push to the donations still.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
We'll agree on that. I mean, Jen, if you'd comment, I mean, you made the comment about the recycling going up. That, I mean, I guess a two-part question there. I mean, you said it before, but you can probably say it again. That's irregardless, what has happened in the recycling industry. That increase does not mean it's because going to weekly or every other week or anything else. No matter having recycling, it's got to change.
True, Dave.
So now, look at this. David Speece and Jennifer Savage are presenting you with a completely false narrative. In other words, they're directly lying to the public. These fees are related to picking up the recycling material. This is done by Blosenski, as you can see here on these two cutouts of I'm presenting to you. This has nothing to do with what happens with the material once it reaches the recycling plant. This is strictly picking it up and transporting it to the recycling facility. So what Mr. Speece and Mrs. Savage are trying to tell us is that the transportation costs incurred by Blosenski are not related to the frequency of pickup. This is a lie. This is a bold-faced lie, and I want you to listen to this stuff carefully when I'm going to explain to you, because this is something that David Speece and Jennifer Savage continue to do time after time. They're lying to the public, trying to create their own narrative. And this is just one of the things that they've been cleaning up at the end of the year in this last meeting for 2020. They want to present this and make you think that there's nothing unusual about this. But you can see I have here 12/9/2019, the last fee we paid monthly in 2019. And the annual recycling fees at that time were $221,000, $18,450 a month. And I also present you with the first payment in January 2020. They went up significantly. The new recycling fee for the year more than doubled, $544,000 a year, $45,000, $346 a month. Okay? This is a whopping increase year over year of $322,752. Now, what David Speece and Jennifer Savage would have you believe is that all that increase is due to transportation costs by Blosenski. And I think if we examine their contract and they have to tell us what their cost is, I think we'll find out this is a blatant lie. They are violating the public trust by presenting this information. And you can see what I'm saying. These cost increases, they're trying to make us think it's due to the industry, the recycling industry. But it's directly related to Blosenski. The difference was, in 2019, we had them pick up every 2 weeks. In 2020, they're doing it weekly. And I've spoken about this situation many times before. This was to help the recycling industry that basically Mascaro built his recycling plant. He wanted to flatten out, instead of getting every 2 weeks, he wanted to flatten it out so he'd get it every week. And we're paying to subsidize his business. And we really don't have to do this. It's not prudent. It's not efficient for us. It's really a lie what they're telling us. So we went from 2 times a month to 4 times a month. And I don't know if you're willing to pay that. In fact, they're not even including it in our taxes properly yet. This is something that we're subsidizing with our reserve fund. So don't buy the lies. I'm going to continue showing you every chance I get where they've lied to us time after time, and this is very obvious. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of common sense to understand what's happened here. But you will hear David Speece tell us it has nothing to do with the frequency of picking up the recycling. But it certainly does, because that's where the money is going, to the person who's picking up the recycling material. This isn't related to what Mascaro's recycling facility does. It's just simply transportation costs to his facility. And it's more efficient for us to do this every 2 weeks. If you need additional containers, it's a lot cheaper for the township to provide those containers than to have this thing picked up every week. So I hope you'll have some questions. I hope that you will contact our township and ask David Speece to explain himself, because I think it's pretty clear. Either they're just lying to us, or Mr. Speece and our finance director has no idea of what these costs represent. I think, in my opinion, as all these things are my opinion, that they both know what they're doing. They're lying to the public. They're making up excuses. And why would they do that? Why would they spend our money like this when it's not necessary? Well, it's obvious, I think. I don't have to explain it to you. But these are the facts, and they're irrefutable. And we have David Speece and Jennifer Savage misleading the public once again. Thank you, and continue on to watching. This will be attached to the December 14th final meeting of the Board of Supervisors for 2020.